Good day, Farmersville. This is Farmersville High School Principal David Warren, and I'm making this video to present the beginning of the year parking and traffic plans for FHS. Before we get into the plans for traffic, however, let's take a moment to appreciate the reason why we must be flexible this year by looking at our construction plans for Farmersville High School. The amazing construction plans for Farmersville High School are already underway. As you can see from the conceptual images, the entire look of our campus is ready to be transformed into a space that is modern, world-class, and ready for the growth coming to our community. We have already broken ground on numerous phases of this project, clearing space for our new athletic facilities and nearly completing our new agricultural barn and show arena. Some of the biggest projects are still to come, and of course, you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. So please be patient with campus traffic as we must make temporary changes to accommodate the construction. Let's take a look at the traffic plan to begin the new school year. The biggest change is to the car drop-off line. While the student drop zone is still in the car loop on the west side of campus, which is in between the ag shop and the student parking lot, this is no longer accessible from the south side. As you can see from the map, this is already blocked off by a construction zone. This means parents and drivers may only access the car loop from Gaddy Street. Now this next part is huge, so please pay careful attention. While the car loop is only accessible in the mornings by turning off of Gaddy Street from either direction, the car line will only be accessible in the afternoon by turning off of Gaddy Street coming from Wilcoxon Street. So again, in the afternoon, cars can only come from Wilcoxon Street onto Gaddy Street and proceed through the loop before turning back onto Gaddy Street. You can only turn left in the afternoon, which is what this map reflects. Again, in the morning, you may approach the car loop from either direction if you are a parent or a driver, but in the afternoon, you may only turn left out of the loop. FISD police will enforce afternoon traffic so that the car circle traffic for parents and drivers only comes from and returns to Wilcoxon Street. Student drivers, on the other hand, will only be allowed to turn right onto Gaddy Street going towards Highway 78. We believe that by separating the student drivers and the parents and car circle drivers, that this will decrease congestion. The student parking lot will remain the same as last year at the beginning of our fall semester. The student lot will be for students with parking passes and will have one combined entry and exit point. Students should travel in a counterclockwise circle within the parking lot to minimize congestion. All student vehicles parked in this lot must have a parking decal clearly displayed. The traffic lane in front of the school will once again be for buses, which travel in a southern direction. And the southernmost parking lot will be reserved for staff vehicles and visitors only. Staff members must display their parking decals, and this should never be used for picking up or dropping off students, and will be monitored to prevent this. Please note that the traffic pattern will change and be reannounced once construction zones shift. In the meantime, students are encouraged to carpool, ride the bus, or walk to school as much as possible in order to minimize traffic. Parents and drivers are encouraged to not arrive so early in the afternoon that the car rider line extends too far onto Gaddy Street or even onto Wilcoxon Street. The first cars in the drop-off circle should pull all the way forward, which is north in the loop, so that the full space can be maximized. Students, you must have a parking decal to use any district parking space. This will be enforced after the first week of school. The first week will have grace in order to allow students time to purchase their decals. These can be purchased in the front office for $15, and students should be prepared to provide their license, proof of insurance, and their license plate number. Decals will also be sold at our Walk Your Schedule Meet the Teacher event on Monday, August 8th. Cars without decals or in violation of the parking policy in other ways might find a boot on the wheel of their vehicle. Attempting to drive with a boot will damage a vehicle. Instead, anyone finding this device on your vehicle should report to the office for more information. The fine to remove a boot is $15. Once students arrive on campus, they are not permitted to leave unless they have followed the checkout process from the office and have the proper permission. For example, students leaving campus for dual credit courses or for early release must still follow the proper process for leaving. Any student arriving on campus may not leave for breakfast. Students wanting breakfast off campus must get this before arriving on campus. This means that bus riders may not arrive on campus and then leave for any reason. This will be monitored for compliance. Finally, in the past year, some cars have used Gaddy Street for parking without a decal. A word of caution about this. Usually this is an indication that the driver is avoiding the purchase of a parking decal due to not having a license or auto insurance. If this is the case, driving without either item is illegal and is subject to legal consequences which can be enforced by our growing school resource officer team. Additionally, as the car circle traffic will now utilize this street, the likelihood of being blocked in at the end of the day is high. Finally, with the ongoing construction projects underway, large construction vehicles will be traveling on this narrow road throughout the day. To decrease the possibility of your vehicle being damaged by a large construction vehicle, drivers should not park here. In summary, the best advice is to avoid parking on Gaddy Street. We are looking forward to a great year together, farmers, and following our traffic plan will help everyone have the best experience possible. In the end, the beautiful new campus that our entire community will enjoy will be our reward for the traffic adjustments we will make this year. Thank you for watching this video and for your compliance and patience regarding FHS traffic this year. Farmers, live kind and growth for all.